Whoops, that was the wrong button there. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And hello, good afternoon and good evening. I'm here today, and it's not actually a 3D shenanigans stream, but I was thinking of doing something today, and it's kind of in relation to what happened yesterday and the day before, that every once in a while there's a spam chatter that comes in and, gives us grief. And I thought, why not just, why test this all by myself? Why don't we just do this all together? That'd be kind of nice. So Julia and I are sitting here, and we've been playing with some of the new chat options that I haven't really explored yet on Twitch. One of them was the emote-only chat. So the issue is that sometimes people come into the chat, and they're not people as such. They're just bots that find your stream, and they start putting messages in with links that you're supposed to follow. And one of them is something along the lines of, buy, what did I have here? Wanna be famous, buy followers, primes, and viewers on followinbot.com. So obviously we're not going to do that. So we're thinking of finding phrases that these people use and then just nuking those messages with the help of something called a chatbot. Hello, Joe. Nice to see you. Happy post-Valentine's Day, I guess. I'm glad that you're keeping warm in the cold. And happy birthday to your great nephew, Joshua. How exciting. So join us, Rod, as well. Very nice of you, very nice of you. Yes, it'll be no 3D shenanigans related stream today, but it'll be nice to hang and fiddle around with some software that I'm not that familiar with, and maybe we can figure out together how it works. So here's the thing. I'll show you the back end. So currently the chat is just the normal chat, but we have options to get people out that we don't want in here, and one of them, one option is called the followers only chat. So right now anyone who visits my stream can go and chat in, but if we switch this to followers only, then only people who follow can actually post messages. And I think I'll do that. Do I do that like how do I do that? Followers only, slow mode, subscribers only, emotes only. So I've got all these options to switch on. Hello, Steve. How you doing? Very exciting stream today. Very important for you, this topic as well. How to get spammers out of your stream. So I'll see what I can show you here in something like a popped out chat version of the chat. Let me go and set this up. Currently, I'm going to my own channel, and I will just go and pop out the chat like this. You can pop that out if you want to have that separately, and if you don't actually want to see the vision here, so you can go and just pause that. And then on the bottom here, I believe you can have chat settings, and you can somehow pop this out. How does that work again? How does that work again? I don't remember. There's a way to pop this out, to put it into its own separate little window. How do we do that? There was a way. Maybe it was on the dashboard. Was that it? Let's try that. Let me go over here to my creator dashboard. Maybe you can do it from there. And it's good for all of you who also want to try streaming in the near future. There are some options that we have here, and I'll make a condensed tutorial about this, but just for now, this is my chat here, and I think these things, there we go, pop out. So I can pop that out, I can go and minimize this, and now we have just the chat window. And I'll see if I can go and zoom in into that corner, and then we can all see this in a bit more, there. That should do the trick, right? Now we can see everything. You can see my channel points here, my happy points, and we can see the options that we have. So down here, there's this little chat settings icon. If I click that, or if the streamer clicks that, we have several options here. And these are the ones I was talking about. So I can have a subscriber-only chat or a follower-only chat. And I can also have slow mode. And those are all things that we can employ should things get too overwhelming for us, I guess. So slow mode is the same as on Discord. That means I can only let people post one message every so often. So you can't post 5 messages in 2 seconds. You can only do it whatever I set here. So this is the timeout. I can let you post a message every 10 seconds, every 30, every 2 minutes. Those are all options that we can do. If there's somebody who's posting messages all the time, we can employ that. Or we can turn it off, then, it's off, not happening. And then there is followers only chat. So that's literally a setting in which I can say, if you're not following me, you can't chat. But if you follow me, I can let you chat instantly with 0-minute delay, or I can let you chat until you're following for a few minutes, days, weeks, months, really. So I could set it so that you have to follow me for 1 hour and then you're allowed to put a chat message in. Also a possibility, but it'll put new people off, and I don't really want to do that either. But it's something we can employ just in case something gets too horrid. Then the next version up from that is a subscriber only chat. So even if people are following me, then I can get them out of the chat, and only the people who've subscribed to the channel, so people who've actually paid money on a monthly basis, they'll be able to chat. So that is also a possibility, subscriber only chat. So if I go and switch that on, I think it'll work instantly. So Steve, you're a subscriber. You should still be able to chat, but Joe, you're not a subscriber. So I'm asking you both to put a message in the chat now, and we'll see if either of them still get through. Be kind of interesting to see what happens when you do that. So Steve, exactly, Steve gets through. Steve says hello, that's cool. And Joe, I'm hoping you're typing a message and you're pressing return, and obviously I'm not seeing anything. That's kind of what I want right now. And also what I'm noticing is that I'm not seeing a notification for you guys at the bottom. You don't see subscriber only chat, right? You don't see that down there. Be interesting to see what you found there. Maybe you're seeing any messages popping out. I'm going to disable that again, Joe, so that you can tell us what's happened. So I'm going to switch this off again. Subscriber only chat switches off. So Joe, now you should be able to post something again. Great. So Joe sent a message. That's interesting, and I'm not seeing anything of that. That's very interesting. So that's So what was the experience like for you, Joe? Did you post something and did it pop up with a message that says, hey, I'm afraid we can't post that? Or did anything else happen? Because I didn't see your message. That's kind of, that's what it's like for me. I don't even see that you've posted a message. Nice that we're testing this. Are you a subscriber, Julia? No. That's interesting. So those are options that we have that we can employ. And I believe, Steve, you're as a moderator, and Julia, you as a moderator, and all the moderators. Let me know if you can switch these things on as well. On the desktop, it's literally this little icon down here. Interesting. So you didn't get a message, but you just got, it's like you sent the message and it just didn't get through, right, Joe, if I understand you correctly? See if you guys, the moderators, if you guys have this little gear icon here. Great. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's interesting. Do you have that icon, Julia? Chat settings. And Steve, can you find that? And when it comes up, it should come up with something like that. It's actually much longer than that. It's only because I've minimized the windows. It's kind of, it's long. There's like show mod icons on and off, and show moderation actions and all that. So yeah. Deleted messages. What's that? Brief, detailed, or legacy. 8 messages were deleted by a moderator. Ooh, you guys have been busy. Julia says she doesn't see this icon, so that's interesting to know. And but Steve says he does see the icon, so that's interesting. Steve, you're on a computer, right? You're on a laptop, because Julia is on a mobile phone. That's probably why she's not seeing that. Excellent. Well, okay, so that's where these options are hiding. So that's good to know. let me go and do something else here, which is, I believe, this. Is that it? No, that's not it. It is, man, there's so many options in OBS alone that it's sometimes difficult for me to find it. I just wanted to get rid of, oh yeah, this one here, of one thing which is in here, and that's that. So we just go do that, and you know, that is what we do. Yeah, wonderful. So the other thing that I wanted to share with you is the chatbot options. So those are things that a chatbot is something that's a piece of software that can either run locally on your computer, or it's something that is provided by a cloud service. So that's kind of in the cloud. It's a web-based service, and I've used one before, which is called the Streamlabs chatbot. Let me show you where to find that. I'll go. Maybe I'll leave my popped out chat open here, and I'll go and it's me double. Oh my goodness. So it's at streamlabs.com. This is where we can find that, and this is a company that provides these overlays that we're getting when there's somebody subscribing or following or any such things with a little walking zombie guy. This is provided by these people, and it's completely free. And these guys have two things going. One is this CloudBot service that I know little about, and the other one is the downloadable chatbot. You'd imagine there's a link somewhere on the front page. There we go. There's CloudBot is one, but there's also one that is called just the Streamlabs chatbot. I'm gonna have to search for it. I've installed it already. Streamlabs. That's not the only one either. Chatbot, and there we go, that's the one. So streamlabs.com/chatbot. It's a Windows download, and it works with Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. It's the same application, but depending on the service, it does different things. And it's more powerful than the cloud version. They've basically rewritten it so that it's also available in the cloud. You can download it, it's completely free, and that's the one I want to look at first. And then we'll look at the Streamlabs website and the CloudBot service. So the way this works is Streamlab works with two accounts. One is my own account. So one is my regular WP Guru streamer account that I'm using to log into Twitch. But it also needs a special account that's a second account, like a chatbot account. And I've set one up. It's called WP Guru Bot. And just so that the chatbot can post messages and also snipe messages on my behalf. I'm not entirely sure why that can't be the same account. I've never tried logging in with the same thing, but there you go. It's one of those things. And this is the piece of software into which we can say, if command X comes in, then do Y. And that's the thing that can monitor chat messages, collect chat messages, and react to chat messages. Let's have a look at that. So I've installed it already. It has its own little icon. This is it, Streamlabs chatbot. And it takes a moment to launch. It needs to be launched, I guess, in administrator mode. And we'll see what we can do about that. So it can do all kinds of funky things. So on one hand, it can post messages every so often, like automated messages. It can also post things, bless you. It can also post things like it can react to commands that are commonly prefaced with an exclamation mark. Just a pop-up thing. Let's go and dismiss that. I'll see if I can just condense it into this corner here so we can have a look at the whole thing without cutting anything off. That's my plan. There we go. Yeah, perfect. So we see the whole thing in a little bit of a larger window here. So the first thing we need to do here in order to get this going, it currently says stream is offline, but that's because the thing isn't connected to the stream yet. So let's make that happen. Scroll down. Actually, you don't have to scroll down. It's this little connections icon here. If you click on that, little window pops up, and that lets me connect my Twitch bot account and my Twitch streamer account. When you install it, it'll ask you which service would you like to run this on. So it'll go and say, okay, this is I'm running this on Twitch, I'm running this on Mixer, I'm running this on YouTube, and the options inside will be unlocked differently. You can also redo that if you're saying, well, today I'm streaming to YouTube, tomorrow I'm streaming to Twitch. You can relaunch it. It's just that the configurations are gonna go out of the window for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know much about these things. I just install them, try them out, and think, oh, that's what it does. So let's connect my streamer account, which is this. Connect. It looks like it's happy. And if we see here, this is the console, the so-called console. It goes and gives me little command messages as in what's just happened. So it's saying, I'm trying to connect the streamer account. Hey, I've successfully done it. So that's number one. Number two is the Twitch bot account, and which is this. This is my bot username. I also need to give it the streamer channel, and then it goes and authorizes itself. So I'll go and connect that. And once again, there we go. I can see Rod's message already here, so I can tell that the chatbot is now listening to our chat, and it's also the bot is now also connected to the chat. Woo! Look at that. That's exciting. And as Fighter, you've just subscribed. Thank you so much. That's very exciting. Thank you. Much appreciated. Now, subscribing, this is something, and he has subscribed on YouTube. I can see that because he's not coming up in the subscriptions on Twitch. So subscribing means something different on YouTube and on Twitch. That's going to be something, I'll cover that in my Streaming 101 series, just so that you know subscribing on Twitch is something different here than it is on YouTube. So there we go. My bot and my streamer account is now connected. I can close that window, and now I can play with the actual bot. It tells me who the moderators are. It's cool. Christina, Julia, Streamlabs, the WP Guru bot, and the Restream bot. They're all moderators, and they have to be so that that they can take action on things like sniping spammers. That's the idea. Stream is live. We can see that here as well. And that's this is the console. That's just this window in the middle here that you bring up by scrolling to the very top of this little list here, and then you click console. Then you will see this output. At the bottom here, I can now go and say something as a streamer or as the bot. It's going off the screen here, but streamer or bot, I can choose, and I can go and say hello, and that will now appear on the screen. You're so right, Steve. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. It's all about this automation thing. So yeah, it'll be crazy. So I can do that, but I can also post something as the bot. So if I switch that to the bot, is it now? Look at that. Woohoo! Yes, I can see that. Look at that. It's like kind of right here. It's good, isn't it, Joe? So my bot can say, hello, Joe. So now this is being posted as the WP Guru bot, which is interesting. So that's how this connection works. That this thing can post, can listen as me, as the streamer, and can also post as the bot or post as both of these things. Some pro streamers, they have this open all the time, and they can do all kinds of things with these macros here. And we're not going to get into all these things, but into some of them. So one of them is commands. That's the one thing I can work out here. I can work out the console. I can work out the dashboard, which is something I can't actually work out the dashboard. I don't know what the dashboard is all about. But there's subscribers here. These are the people who've subscribed to my channel, which is awesome. Thank you so much for doing that, my friends. Commands I can work out. So this is just a list. Dashboard, I don't know what it is. Commands is something, there's nothing in here right now. And this is something I can set up, which is nice if somebody says, hey, what's the URL to your YouTube channel, for example? And I can either go type that out in the chat, or I can set myself a shortcut for that and then use a short command that I set, and then that comes up. So this is something I'm going to do now. Wouldn't that be nice, Rod? Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Let's see if I can work it out. + up here. I'll go and add a command. brings me to this window, and I'm going to just make it really short. Commands on chatbots are often prefaced with an exclamation mark. So exclamation mark YT. That's going to be my command. If anyone types in exclamation mark, Joe, you're so funny. If anyone types in exclamation mark YT, they should get a message from my bot that says my YouTube channel is youtube.com/the WP Guru. Let's try it out. So enabled group usage stream chat. My God, whisper both works, so I can do that. That's exciting. I'm just going to go and say stream chat. Cost doesn't cost anything. Permission everyone. There are certain commands that only particular roles on Twitch can get. So like, for example, I could give out a link to Discord, but not make that available to everyone. I could say this is something I only want mods to have access to. And if I ask Steve or Christina or Julia, hey, can you send so-and-so a Discord invite? Then they could do that, but not everyone can access that command. So I'll make this for everyone. Cooldown, I'm not gonna do. And this is the response field. This is where, this is what my bot is gonna say. So I can say my YouTube channel is this. I can also select the sound file that when somebody does that, it goes pling, check it out. For example, I'll go submit. And I believe, is that now enabled? I believe so. Let's try it out in the console. If I, as a streamer, would say exclamation mark YT, well, there we go. Julia's already done it. Perfect. And then the WP Guru bot responds with that message. That's exciting. That's good, isn't it? So that's a command. Whoop-dee. That's it. Stream over. That's... That's all. No, so this is how it works. So this is, you can then set up as many commands as you like, and especially shortcuts. So something that would be long to type out, like your website or whatnot. Maybe, shall I try it? I'll try it out. There we go. Yeah, bot just does it immediately. So that's cool. And I can set up my Twitch channel for the YouTube crowd, and you can set up your whatever, Twitter and all that. So this is what commands can do for you. And commonly they're prefaced with an exclamation mark because that is something that the bot then listens to. Oh, Rod, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. It's something we can all grow into this at the same time, because I know not much about the rest of this. So I can tell you that you can set up as many commands as you like. Let's say another one, just for example, let's call it Twitter. And I'll say everyone follow me on Twitter. Man, if I could only type. Follow me on Twitter. I don't think I have a sound file. I don't currently know how to get one in here. But that's it. Submit. Let's try exclamation mark Twitter, everyone. Whoops, see what happens there. That is so funny, Steve. Look at that. Now there's a link to Twitter in there. That's very cool. And I can see all kinds of uses for that. So like things like being able to reference a book or reference particular articles or reference all 3D articles and all that. So that's how commands work. But these are triggered now by anyone in the chat going in and typing that command. There's also something that is related to that, which is timers. And timers are up here. So this is like literally the one underneath commands. You can set up a timer, and that works much the same way, except for that it puts this message in regularly in regular intervals automatically. So if you want to nag people with a random list of stuff that I could say, whatever, become a Patreon supporter or something, I have to give it a name. That's just the, so I'll call this a test. This is just an internal name that we won't be able to call. It's just that that the timer thing is going to call this now. And I'm going to say, hello, this is an automated test message from a bot. Please ignore. Let's do that. So that is this thing, and that could now go off every so often, but that's only when I activate the timers. I've forgotten how to do that already. So it is active, but I need to switch timers on, and I need to set what the, oh, there we go, interval every 15 minutes. So I'm going to go and make that every 5 minutes. And minimum chat lines are 5, so I can set that as well. If I have a busy chat, I want to for this message to come up every 10 minutes, but I also want a minimum of X amount of chat lines. I think this is how it works. So I think this is it. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Automated test message. So we're just going to leave that running, and in 5 minutes, it should say that again. That's kind of cool. That would be good, actually. Yes, that would be good if we could have that. So this is kind of half useful already, but it's not quite, it's not really, there's got to be more to a chatbot than that. And let's see if we can work out what the actual thing is that we can make this thing useful. So there are mini games, for example. That's exciting. Users is also, this is just something that is a list of people who were in your chat recently and when they were last seen, and how many raids they've done on your chat. So this thing can literally monitor who's been in it. This is only the people that were seen when the bot was active at the time. So my bot was active I guess January last, so I don't have it running all the time. But I should make a habit of it, because this sniping comments is going to be important. It's probably getting more and more useful. So yeah, these users and all these collected chat messages, he'll only remember that if he was actually alive at the time. So there's sound requests and song requests and giveaways, extra quotes and quotes. That's crazy. Timers. The one that I sometimes use is a counter. And that's when we say Jay died so many times during a video game. A raid, yes, Rod, a raid is something, perhaps I should explain that as well. A raid is something that if we're watching my channel and my channel is coming to an end, or I'm exhausted, I want to go watch TV now, and you guys, let's say I had 100 viewers, and the viewers aren't ready to go to bed yet, they don't want to end the show yet, they're kind of ready to party, but I'm kind of need to go to bed and all, then I can have a look, or we can all have a look for another channel that is currently broadcasting, and I can then go and rate that channel and display that on my channel, and therefore inviting all the viewers that I currently have to go to that channel. It kind of happens automatically. If I raid a channel, then all the viewers that are with me will see the other person's content. And that's nice if you just want to have a viewing experience as a viewer, and you don't want to find a channel yourself. It's, oh, okay, great, Jay says this guy's good, let's go and watch him. That's what a raid is. It's related to hosting. So hosting is something, if you're participating in my stream right now, but you have a channel and you have followers, and you say /host WP Guru, then my content appears on your channel. If you do that, you get a little message displayed. That's nice. The sound file gets cute. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And that's a host. And a raid is something that I can do at the end of a stream to make that happen. It is a bit like gate crashing, yes. That's exactly right. And this is also how you grow your following. So if I were to send all my viewers to Steve's channel, for example, if Steve streams right after me and he's just started streaming by the time I'm coming to an end, I can raid his channel, and then all my viewers will see his content and go, hey, this is a nice guy. Maybe I'll go follow him and watch his streams as well. So that's also how you grow audiences. That's why that's important. And this is how people can grow fast on Twitch as well. Very interesting. Indeed, indeed. We shall try all these things out. Indeed, indeed, Steve. I did that with my stream. If you want to try it out, put in the chat, put /host, then a space, WP Guru. So /host, that's the command that you're telling Twitch what you want to do. And then leave a space and then put my channel name or the channel name that you want to host. And it'll say, okay, that's great. It's done. And then, you know, test it out. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So a counter is pretty much something that counts in the background. So like in our case, I made this command that's !D, and I can give a start amount. I can say 0, and the hash in the message, J died hash times today, that is where that number is going to go, this number. And every time somebody calls that number, it'll be incremented. And that's the automated message. I'm glad. Look, it all works. Very cool. The messages, that you can have a list of messages. You can have like 20 messages, and then the thing will just go and display one after the other. Let's try the counter out. So I'm going to go and say start. And this is now something that if I go and say !D, then I'll just get that message. Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that. Don't worry. Let's go back to counter. Go stop this, and then I can amend it. Jay has tested the bot so many times today. That'll be fine, right? I'll go and say start, and then I'll go to the console. Not even expired. So the way a counter, no problem, Joe, no problem. So the way a counter works is I can dedicate this command, and anyone can use it. So any of you can use !D or any command that you want to use. And at that point, my bot will post that message in the chat. But yes, maybe I'll go and move that window up just a bit. So that, oh no, actually, I'll just go leave it. You get the drift. This is just me typing here. But if I go and use !D followed by a space, and then I say plus, then I will increase the counter. So this is also currently set so that everyone can do it, but I could set it so that only mods can do it. So if I do that, then the counter will be increased. No, it won't be. Why not? Has it? Oh, there we go. Increase. There we go. Why am I not seeing that here on my list? Bots crashed. Yeah, that's not good, is it? There. Excellent. It's fine, Joe. It's fine. You know, we're here to enjoy life rather than death. So yeah, let's not artificially die. Not by a bot anyway. So I can do the same with the minus sign. Oops. And then it'll be decreased. So if I wanted to take that away, we can do that. So you can use this for anything. This can be a swear counter. This can be like, you know, a coffee counter. This can be like an anything counter. The limitation is that you can only have one counter. I've not managed to use this more than once. Yeah, there's no way to add a second counter in there. You can also configure this text at the top here so that you can then overlay that in massive letters on your stream. But it's also not really why we're here. You know, we must also remember this is not quite why we're here. I'm here because I'd like to see if we can figure out a way to sift out words. And I must say, I don't really know where to look for that. Maybe we can work it out together. Mod tools. That's probably where I'd have a look. Caps protection. Oh yeah, these are all the mod tools. That's exactly, this is what I wanted to talk about. Word protection, link protection, symbol protection. Let's start with caps protection. So right now, anyone can literally write anything in the chat. So if I go back to my console and say, I'll be immune to this. But if I go and say hello in caps, try saying something like that, Julia. I think you're a mod, actually. You might also be immune. Let's try that. So you can currently say something like that in capital letters. But if I were to go and switch on this mod tool called caps protection, oh yeah, exempt. I can make certain people exempt. I'm going to make nobody exempt. And now the bot is going to say, username, please refrain from using caps. And then there's punishment at the end. So we don't have punishment right now, but try it out and see what happens if you type something in all caps, Julia. Great, that didn't work, did it? Did I switch it on? I did switch it on, didn't I? Mod tools. Why does that not work? Exempt nobody. All caps. That doesn't work, does it? There's got to be something that punishment, timeout, or ban. Look at that. So this is what you know, in an ideal world should happen. You can then say you can either just clear the message, give that particular user a timeout of so many things, or you can ban them. I think maybe your words weren't long enough, so minimum caps, maybe I'm going to have to go and put that down to 5. I think this is the lowest I can do. So if you say something with more than those letters, yeah, what a shame. Nobody's exempt. I don't know why this doesn't work, but it's the idea is it should. Yes, the idea is it should give us a message here now. There's no info, there's no nothing. Okay, so this bot isn't doing a good job. Minimum points, minimum hours. Regular. Looks like regular people would be exempt. I don't know how to switch that on. That's a shame. This is what it's supposed to, you know, save our bacon here. That's the idea, that we say, yeah. That's a shame. I don't know why this doesn't work. So this is supposed to do the same thing for symbol protection if you put too many symbols, or if you put links in that I don't want you to put in. So let's go and put that on. Permit duration 60. Username asked for permission before posting a link. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Because then people post links to something that I hadn't authorized. Then, you know, this happens and their links get deleted. That's cool. But sadly, it doesn't work. Put a link into like Google or something. See what happens. See if it does that. So I'm sure there's a setting I'm missing to actually enable the mod tools or whatnot. The final one, I believe, is word protection. And I think this is something we could use for taking out people who use, I don't know, followinbot.com or whatever. I could then say, this is the word I'd like to add. And this will be, maybe I'll go and say twist. Twist is now the word that we don't want to see. No one's exempt. I'm going to go and add that. I'll have to see a list of words that have been added. Currently, I can't see that. Oh, and that is a link. It is a link. So yeah, that didn't. Try it in lowercase. See what happens when you do it in lowercase. And all in lowercase without the uppercase T. It may be case sensitive. I mean, I could try put twist in like that as well, and then I'll go and I'll put that in as well. So, oh, it got you. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe Julia is already exempt because she's a moderator. Maybe mods are not susceptible to these filters. Yeah, maybe mods are. Try putting something with more than 5 capital letters in a row, Rod. That'd be cool. There's so much to learn and figure out, isn't there? There's just so much to learn and figure out. Oh, Rod, if you're saying something, I can't even see it. That's kind of interesting. I mean, that is, for me, it would be, oh, there we go. Interesting. Very cool. Steampunk Belladonna, you will be untimed out. This is just a test, so sorry about this. So timeout means that this is kind of oh, fantastic! This is good. This is good. So a timeout, just to explain the timeout thing, is that's something that puts you on. I don't even know how long the timeout is. The punishment. Oh, there we go. Yes, it's right. The timeout means you can't post something for a certain amount of seconds, but you'll see that at the bottom how long the timeout is. I just don't exactly know how long. Oh yeah, the permit duration. That's it. 30 seconds. I suppose that's what that is. I can also, I mean, this is the other thing. If I wanted to, if this is about spammers, instead of purging the content, fantastic. Oh dear. So instead of purging the content, I can also ban people immediately. So that's also possible. That is quite clever, isn't it? So it didn't even appear on the screen for us as the overlay, right? It didn't even do that. I wasn't looking. So that's cool. The bot is kind of, yeah, I guess the bot is still posting the auto messages there. So a ban, just to quickly talk about what a ban is. A ban means you're not allowed to do anything anymore. You're not kicked out, but you're banned from posting messages until a moderator physically unbans you. So this is important for the moderators to understand if somebody was banned and something's happened in error. I believe you can still send whispers. Those are kind of DMs, private messages, and you can then kindly ask to be unbanned. And if any moderator needs to do that, it's either the right click on the person in the chat, or you can use a chat command /unban followed by the person's name. Then they'll be unbanned. So currently I don't think anyone's been banned. I'm going to go and set these things to off again. So link protection, I'm going to go switch off. I hope Steampunk Belladonna is going to be unbanned, untimed out. And I believe the caps protection. So caps protection, that was kind of nice. That worked. Perhaps I'm going to go and leave that. I'll need to have a look into this punishment thing, what happens there. But yeah, so word protection is kind of something we can look into. I'd love to see the list of words that I've put in here. I'm just going to go switch that off. See if we can find that. Whew, I'm so glad you're back, man. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate that. It's all very new to me. All these little bells and whistles here. So the issue with this kind of software, with the downloadable Streamlabs chatbot, is that it's another piece of software that you need to think about and start running. So there is another way of dealing with this, and that is something that is running in the cloud at all times. Let me go and close my Streamlabs chatbot down here. So if I close him, then none of our chat will be monitored anymore, and now we shouldn't see that automated message anymore. So it's all gone away now. So the other thing I wanted to have a look at is so this is where you can download that. I believe I can go and quickly post that in the chat. Should have really posted that in the chat when the chat posts open. Okay, one of those things. Here's a link to the Streamlabs chatbot for y'all's enjoyment. If you're interested, download it from here. That's the version you have to install. The other version is one that is literally at streamlabs.com. It's integrated in this whole package that they have, and this is the thing that gives you these exciting overlays, which we're going to see many more of in a moment. But they also have an integrated CloudBot version, and all you need to do is connect your accounts here. Top right corner, you can log in, and mine is already, I've linked all my Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch accounts together. When you do that, you have to dedicate one as a primary account, and my primary is the Twitch account. So I can go log in with any of these or with those. It's the same login credentials as your Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer account, or your Facebook account, or Mixer, Periscope, Picato, or PayPal, interestingly. And mine is Twitch, so I'm going to log in with Twitch. Hope my browser remembers my details, because I don't. There we go. And this is that dashboard. This is something that you'll get used to. You'll look into these options, and I'll just briefly glance over it. This is something I'll go into a little bit more detail on in the Streaming 101 series. Gives you an overview of what's happened over the last few streams. Gives you a lot of links to adverts, I guess, to upsell versions like Streamlabs Prime. The service is free. Doesn't cost anything, but you can give them money and you unlock additional features there. Like with this thing, for example, here. So mine up here is linked. I can switch to my Twitch dashboard, YouTube dashboard, Mixer, or Periscope dashboard. I'm going to stay on Twitch because we are on Twitch. And these are the options. So these overlays, and while we're here, I might as well talk about overlays. Those are called alert boxes, I believe. You can see them over here. If you go into alert boxes, you can see that this is a URL here that luckily it's grayed out, so I can show it on the screen. You can copy that and then put it into OBS as a browser source, and then it will bring up these funky little walking zombie things. So once you got that overlaid on top of your stream, you can just click any of these buttons here, and then you can test what happens if you were to do that. An alert is getting sent, and in an ideal world, that should now appear on the screen. That doesn't seem to happen. It's a shame, isn't it? Maybe it's because I've got this set up for another URL. That is very possible. Let me try this on the YouTube dashboard. Maybe that's the one that's set up. Donation, does it work? Does it Buffalo? Maybe I did it with Mixer. So glad this is not a tutorial. Just messing around. So I don't really remember what URL I've put in where, but I think maybe it's not actually. Is it not going out? Maybe I've forgotten to put it on here. That's very possible. This should generate like a dummy box now. I guess it doesn't do that. It's crazy. You learn something new every day. So I'll look into that. Anyway, this is how these boxes are created. I might possibly have forgotten to set it up. Let me try this. Is this working? No, it's also not working. I was thinking maybe it's the scene that I've set up that isn't working, but no. That wasn't it. Anyway, not what I was going to show anyway. So yeah, this is the URL that you need to copy and then add as a browser source, and then that's what happens. It will be, yes, it will be. And also, Steampunk Belladonna, I will make this into an actual tutorial. This was just something I was going to mess with some options and see how I can prevent spammers in our chats. And while I was here, I thought I'll run you guys through some options. But my plan is to put this in a more condensed, less waffly working version into the Streaming 101 series. So yeah, but this whole stream will be on YouTube later to study. So speaking of the bot, these guys have basically taken the installable version of the bot and turned it into a cloud bot. And that's available on the side here, cloud bot. You can click on that and then you can enable it. So currently mine is disabled, and much like the standalone version, it also needs to have its own account. Luckily, they've already provided one. So unlike with the installable version, you don't have to go and create a second account. You can just use the Streamlabs account. All you need to do is make sure that you set it as a moderator so that this CloudBot can act on your behalf in the stream. So like, sniping people and posting messages and timing people out and all that. It needs to have these mod credentials to do that. Rod, it'll grow on you. It's all one of those things. I've been looking into these things for the last year, and I'm scratched kind of the surface. It's a bit like Poser and DAS Studio. You never really know it all. So in order to switch this thing on, much like we had started the installed version, we need to just go and enable that. On the channel, if you've got linked accounts, so I've got mine is currently on Twitch, we're on Twitch, let's go switch the Chatbot on. There we go, it's switched on. Oh my God. Now we have the Chatbot active in our chat, I believe. And we have much the same options that we had with the downloadable version here. So for example, link protection allows a viewer to only send links to chat from websites on this whitelist. So let's go to preferences. And currently there's just nothing there for us. And I can whitelist users. That's nice. So exclamation mark permit followed by the username should go through. I'm going to go, there's nothing whitelisted or blacklisted. That's perfect. I'll just leave everything as it is. Send punish message. And let's try it with a link. Just enabling this. Boom. So Steampunk Belladonna. Post any link of your liking in the chat and let's see what happens. I hope the Chatbot will respond. We can do the same with caps protection. Let's go into this and say auto permit nothing. Minimum amount of caps. Let's go for 2 this time. Caps protection preferences were saved. Aha, there we go. That is very nice. Please refrain from posting links. So now this guy is now called Streamlabs. So it's not called WP Guru Bot anymore. Streamlabs is now the bot account of this thing. So that now snipes it. That's good. Thank you so much for testing. I appreciate that. So same with caps protection. Let me switch that on. Flick that switch. Any one of you who's not a moderator, type something in capitals, please. Should be, 2, 3, 4 letters long. Anything you like. That's good to know, isn't it? And so the good thing about the cloud version is that you don't have to go and start another piece of software, because I keep forgetting that. Oh my God, it wiped everything? Oh, crazy. Oh my God. It deleted everything. Spamming caps. That's how it works. Ay, caramba, mamacita. It is not a bad thing. That's very true, because then if somebody comes in and they're kind of, that's but I mean all messages. And it bans you for 1 second. Let's see how we can max percent. I'm not quite seeing where I can set the timeout amount. Auto permit punishment message. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. We're learning so much here. This is. I'm really glad I can test this out with you, and prepare us all for the hordes of spam bots. Where do I set the timeout? No audio? For me, no audio. Oh, let me just test this out. Maybe I was just not speaking. That could also be. Then there's also no audio. Auto permit subscribers, regulars and subscribers. So that's nice. So if like regulars, I wonder how I declare regulars. I can let regulars use caps and links, but new people, maybe I'll just, Interesting. So that's caps protection, and that's also link protection. I'll go and put the link protection and the caps protection off again, now that we've grasped the principle. Symbol protection, restrict viewers from spamming messages with too many symbols. That could also be cool. Just switch all these things on, and then, just in case somebody naughty does come in, you're kind of protected. Emote protection removes messages containing excessive amounts of emotes. I wonder what excessive means. No settings. Yeah, you'd imagine you'd set an amount of of emotes here, but I don't see anything in the preferences. Maybe it needs to be switched on. And then no, that's just whatever this thing sees as excessive. Paragraph protection prevents viewers from sending overly lengthy messages. Ooh, let's have a look at that. Good point. Yes, that might be correct, Steampunk Belladonna. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. We're looking into chatbots and the exciting things that both the Streamlabs installable version as well as the cloud version brings. Join us for some exciting experiments to get the spammers away from us as far as possible. So again, it doesn't have any options here in paragraph protection. Whatever this thing says, it's an overly lengthy message. I think these options there's more options here than in the downloadable version. Word protection, oh, there we go. Default blacklist and send punishment message. That's good. So the blacklist, let's add a phrase to it and let's go stick with twist again. This word contains regular expression. Oh, nice one. Mine doesn't. In case you don't know what a regular expression is, it's a way. We can do that. Is twist not good? Let's go with twist. Let's try twist, and let's try idiot as well. So I believe this is something that is word specific. So if we stick with idiot, then I guess I'd also have to go and say idiot with a capital I. And I'd also technically have to say idiot in all capitals. And I have to mix and match. You know, people could maybe say idiot with a capital I with a lowercase d, and make every other word like that. So technically I'd have to put in all these phrases, but if I want to avoid that, then I can use a regular expression. Sadly, I don't know how to generate them, but they have special characters in them that tell the Python engine that this runs with to evaluate characters differently. So I believe I can set something in square brackets and dedicate if it matches uppercase or lowercase anything. And if you were to use that, go and tick the regular expression box. I don't know how to set them up, so I'm going to leave that, go back and switch on the word protection. My friends who are not moderators, try saying twist all lowercase, or try saying idiot all lowercase. Let's see if that works. Oh, 10 messages were deleted. It literally snipes all of you. Oh, wow. Okay, so Rod, I could literally... Oh, look at that. That's how it works. It got you. I literally saw it pop up and then it just got sniped you. But poor Steampunk Belladonna, his messages get deleted completely, like retrospectively. Really? That's as well. Yeah. Please refrain from using foul language. Well, I suppose it's kind of a punishment, isn't it? Maybe this is what this purge option is under word protection. Use default blacklist, send punishment message. This is where I can send that. And auto permit, I can say regulars. Maybe if I let regulars do it, let's see what happens now. You don't like that one. Well, I don't either. But the thing is, if we do get naughty people, we do want to deal with them. I suppose what I don't know is, say if I use this option now here and I say I would like to auto permit regulars, set a user group that will not be punished. So that's interesting. We need to figure out how that works, because then regulars can go on that group and non-regulars will be, it's getting complicated, isn't it? This is why it's so nice to test this out with you guys before anything nasty happens. Oh yeah, I think unless we ban you, and we don't want to do that, everything is okay, because this is currently only a moderator sniping messages, technically. Yeah, but I suppose if we were to go and start banning you, I think that might go on your profile. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. Life is certainly not simple anymore, man. Let's see if we can put you on the regulars group. So we'll leave this thing in place. And let's see, modules, commands, timers, quotes, queue, loyalty store, polls, betting, giveaways, user management. You don't have any users yet. Well, add a regular. All right, let's add a regular on Twitch. So I'll go and add you as a regular. Steampunk Belladonna. Did I spell that correctly? Steampunk Belladonna. I'm going to add you as a regular on Twitch. That's interesting. So if I now go back here, try saying another bad word like twist, which is a really bad word. Steampunk Belladonna. You do that and let's see if it gets through this time. That'd be kind of interesting to know. That's how we set people to... No! Ah. Hang on, love. Regulars, auto permit regulars. You're saying the worst things, you know, like twist and stuff. I may have misspelled your name, or it may be that Steampunk Belladonna and a capital B. Did I spell that correctly? Let me just go and copy this. Sometimes my brain doesn't quite... It's correct, isn't it? Maybe I'll just add another regular, paste that in here, and oh, there we go. This is a duplicate entry. No, so it's correct, it's correct. Maybe I need to switch off the Chatbot and switch him on again for that to be, for him to understand that. He's only a bot, you know. He's only a bot. Okay, let's see. Try it one more time, Steampunk Belladonna with twist. See what we can do there. Come on, you're a regular now. No need to time him out anymore. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's interesting. I had to... Oh, actually, sorry. Chatbot is still switched off. I thought I had switched him on. Sorry about that. We need to do this again. There. Now Chatbot is... he wasn't switched on, my friends. It wasn't switched on. Try it again. Try it again. I hope he should recognize you as a regular now. Go on. Fingers crossed. Twist with the Chatbot on. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. That's good. Thank you so much for the test. That's awesome. So that's how we put people into the group of regulars. That's good. I will add you all there just so that, you know, that you guys don't need protecting. It's us all that need protecting from other people. What else can we do here with this thing? So we've got the modules. What are modules? Oh my God, modules are exciting. Those are games that we can play. I'll actually switch the mod tools off for now here so that we can all say twist again if and when we want to. So, but modules, those are things that are highly entertaining that people have worked out how to do. Somehow we can all somehow collect points while we chat, and we can do things with the points. For example, play the heist mini game, and you can play an 8-ball game, and all things like that are possible, which is kind of very exciting. Yes, look, it's not monitoring what I'm saying. Interestingly, I wonder if there's like a voice recognition thing. So I can say twist. We can gamble, we can media share. Oh, allow viewers to interact with your media share widget via the cloud chatbot. So those are very exciting options we can explore at one point. There's quotes. Queue, what does a queue do? Pending users. Open queue. There's polls. Loyalty. Your viewers can earn currency while you stream. They can use their currency in minigames, giveaways, and to trigger commands. This is a whole different world here, man. This is going to take a year of research. Loyalty store. Polls. Add a poll profile. That's exciting. Poll is going on for use to vote. Great, let's have a poll. I always wanted to have a poll. I'll say vote for stuff. So we say option 1, or we'll say, tell you what, we'll say alpha versus omega. How's that? So alpha, and I'll just say exclamation mark 1. That's the first option. And the other option is omega, and that'll be option 2. I'll add that as well, and we'll say done. And let's start the poll, ladies and gentlemen. Vote, everyone. Ooh, a poll has opened for vote for stuff. Use exclamation mark vote. Oh, I see. So it's already got that. Great. I think you have to say I think almost. I think I made a mistake there. I think what you have to do in order to actually put this command in is exclamation mark vote, then followed by exclamation mark 1. So like that. That is 1 vote for alpha. Actually, yeah, there we go. That's what I can see now. So it was kind of my mistake because I put 2 exclamation marks in there. I didn't know that was the vote command, but that is technically how it works. So there we go. Oh my God, Omega is winning. Ooh, there we go. That is exciting. Astorius Trench. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm a little bit, behind the times. I'm 47. I do appreciate that. There we go. We're testing our first vote. Woo! Yes, maybe. So I'll just go close the poll manually. Is that how it works? Boom. Awesome. Poll closed. You can no longer vote on this poll. Well, yes and no. I mean, if there's something, if you want to vote for what we're going to do today, are we going to play a video game? Are we going to do 3D stuff? Let me try that again. Yes, that's because I didn't put the commands in properly. So I need to go and actually go and make that clear. So let me try this again. What shall we do today? And then I can say option 1. So that's like play a game. I believe that's how it works. And the command will be game, like so. I'll add that to the poll and then say do 3D stuff. That'll be just 3D. Boom. And now I say done, and let's see how that works. So as soon as I hit start, what do we see? A poll is currently underway. Unable to stick. How do I stop the poll then? Man, this is too complicated. Complete. All right. Isn't that what I did? Complete the poll. Ah, that's how it works. I see. So I complete the poll. I need to lie down. It's too much, man. Okay, let me go and delete the Omega Alpha poll here, Gonski, and start the new poll. This could come in handy, actually. So let's start the new poll. A poll has opened for what shall we do today? Use vote, game, or 3D to vote. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And now it makes more sense. So if I go exclamation mark vote 3D, that's a vote for 3D. Boom, right there. Very cool. All right. 3D is winning. 3D is in the lead. I believe on Mixer, this is integrated. We could do that. In Mixer, I like that option in the chat that you could literally just put the poll in and you'd see it at the top of the chat. But I guess Streamlabs doesn't really integrate with this. So there we go. Joe, I'm so sorry. 2D is not an option. I could probably do that. I would try it. That's a great idea. You vote again, Julia. And Julia's going to try to vote again. You can vote more than once. Look at that. Oh, it took you away. It counted you and it took your game vote away and added you to the 3D thing. So it's clever that way. Ooh, look at that. Well, try again. Try again to vote, Joe. It should let you do that. And I should get 5 for 3D. Interesting. So sometimes that's kind of nice to have that option to say, hey, shall I amend the UVs or shall I make a new texture? Or shall I use Blender or shall I just use Dash Studio? And then it's nice that everyone can voice their opinion that way. Vote 3D, look at that, 5 votes, cool. So I can close the poll, then we get another bot message. You can no longer vote on this poll. And then I say complete. Carrara, that's exactly what we're going to do. I want to amend there's this thing in my title sequence into which I've used Carrara with my 3D Shenanigans logo underwater. And originally, it's like the preset that you can see under caustics. And I've amended that with my logo underwater and it looked really nice. But it always annoyed me that I had rendered that out in 30 frames a second. And I had to brighten the light up quite a bit to make it look palatable, and that ball is just too bright, so I need to re-render that in 60 frames a second, and I want to do that in Carrara. So perhaps that's something we should be doing next week. In fact, on Monday it's a Carrara date. Steampunk Belladonna, Monday 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do a bit of Carrara. That's great. I always wanted to amend that. Good to know. Let's do that. Okay, so I've close the poll. Now I'm going to complete the poll, and then we get the results, don't we? Yes! Do 3D stuff was the most voted option of the poll with 100% of the votes. That's exciting, isn't it? Woohoo! It's always like that, isn't it? You do something, you see something, and then it really makes you want to do it, like Halo. So that was the other option that I had today. I was thinking if we could play the second part of Halo, classic Halo today. But then I thought, no, let's delve into this and learn together how to use all these things. That's how we do polls. Exciting stuff. I'd like to see what happens if can we run the poll again? I believe we can. So I can just use the same poll and run the poll again. Do you know what? Absolutely, Steampunk Belladonna. That is absolutely correct. I'm going to close the poll without any votes. There. Okay, cool. Poll has been cancelled. Right. That's how that works. So that's really good to know. Yes, a bit of Carrara stuff. I'm looking forward to that as well. I've not used Carrara for a while, so we've got the timers here. Got the quotes. The only thing we don't have in this version, by the way, is a counter. So counter is not available in the cloud version. There's betting profile. How do we bet on things? Let's try this. Who is going to win? Well, I don't know. Options, what? Advanced? What? Duration? Reward multiplier? What? It's a different world here. I don't understand that. It does. I knew that, but the thing is, of course, you have to buy. Oh, sorry, the Lux Render. I'm so sorry. I'm getting mixed up with Octane. I know Phil Wilkes uses Octane with Carrara. Use the front end you like with the render engine. That's awesome. That's just clever way how Otoy did that. Look, Lux Render. What's the current state of Lux Render then? I know that the version that I have for Dash Studio with Lux Render, that was the version that's no longer under development, I believe. It's kind of, don't know what the current state of that is. These are those overlays, but they're working. I don't know why the tests don't work for me. I can't tell you that. Usually when you click any of these buttons here, that alert just gets triggered, and I don't know why that doesn't happen right now. Luckily we had somebody subscribe earlier and that did work, so that's all good. What else we got? Alert boxes, charity, multi-stream. Oh, what do we do here? Ooh, multi-stream needs extra permissions for your Twitch account. Restream ingest streamlabs.com.ingest. My goodness, what is that? I will grant access, even though I will. Oh, Streamlabs wants access to. Yeah, okay, well, fine, great. Create a gaming page. No, let's not. No, don't do that. No, not at all. Not what I'm interested in at all right now. Facebook. Looks like I need to log in again. That's crazy. Oh, there we go. We're back. All good. Yeah, I'm no longer allowed to multi-stream. I used to for the last year, and since I'm an affiliate with Twitch, I'm no longer allowed to do that. But I still like their restream chat overlay, so I like using that. You know, I think oh yeah, this is probably going to be the old one because I think the new Lux render isn't quite ready for prime time. I'm checking Paolo's website every so often, but he's not sent out an update. Maybe we can have a look together. It's on pret3d.com, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's without the hashes. That's possible as well. Oh, okay, that's I guess he didn't quite renew his website, or he got hacked. Also possible. Preta3D. Maybe it's just an expired certificate. Sign of our times. Sorry, Paolo. I'm not going to have a look at your website then. But I think he's mothballed his own project now because it's just not, Lux Render is just no longer in development. One of those things. So yes, what have we learned from today's exercise? Let's just recap. Under Cloudbot, under Mod Tools, we can add this word protection here and add the regular viewers, also perhaps under the caps protection, and even under link protection, and then add people under user management and make them regulars like Steampunk Belladonna, and literally add all the regulars so that they are allowed to do stuff. But if kind of aliens come in and try and sell us please buy follower mods, they can just get sniped that way. The word protection then, I would imagine, is something that on the blacklist we can go and give them. So like idiot, I can probably get rid of, and misspelling of idiot as well. So I can then go and do something when they do come in. Before you purge them, just make a note of key phrases in there, like do you want to get famous, do you want to get followers? So we can then make that a word in the blacklist, and hopefully then get that under control. And again, there is the possibility to do this on the downloaded version as well. I don't really know which one I prefer right now. I like some of the options that this has here, the Streamlabs Chatbot downloadable version, but I do tend to forget, and I do like to have the least amount of overhead on my system while I'm doing this. And I like for one of those things to be just working in the background. So let's perhaps use that. There's one other thing I wanted to bring to your attention, another downloadable version, and that's called the Nightbot. I believe it's nightbot.com. Is it? No, it's not. Excellent. So it's Nightbot. Nightbot.tv. There we go. I haven't tried this out, but it's also a popular installable bot. It's also cloud hosted. Oh, I didn't know that. It's got dashboards, it's got spam filters. We can remove many kinds of spam automatically. We're always improving our spam detection to keep ahead of spammers. That's good. Customizable chat logs, got commands. Features are very similar. Sign up, join, ready to go. I don't know if this is free though. How it works is that. signing up by logging in with Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer. Your account will be automatically tied to the account you log in with. So this is also something we can try out. Maybe Nightbot is a good alternative to the Streamlabs chatbot. That's the only one I've looked into, the CloudBot, as well as the downloadable version. Yeah, that's all I have for you today, my friends. That's all I know about chatbots so far. There's a lot to explore, and I think we do need to get friendly with the bots and make sure they work for us alongside all the moderators. So thank you so much for keeping that under control over the last few days. I do appreciate that. I've heard of other spam scams that are weird because there's things like that you get 200 viewers all of a sudden, but they're not real viewers. They're just like, spammy generated, and there's spam followers as well, that you get like hundreds of follows, and then all your alerts go off all the time, and that's just disruptive to the chat, and it's disruptive to any of these things. But that's where these other chat options come in that I've mentioned in the beginning. Those are the short-term emergency breaks, like these ones here in the chat, that you can go under these chat settings here and then go and enable something like the followers only chat or even subscribers only chat. So should that happen to us at one point, we can turn that on if some spam attack happens. Just so that we're all on the same page. My friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back on Monday. Usually I'm working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but this week I'm working Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'll be back on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a little Carrara stream. So Steampunk Belladonna and anyone who else has got Carrara, like Steve and Rod, if you want to join me on that occasion, do so. We're going to rebuild that 3D Shenanigans logo underwater, and I'll have that render out in 60 frames a second. Oh, actually, before I leave, yesterday's hard work, let's have a look at that. I've got the animatic right here. I've got about animatic V3. Steve, this is your new logo. Look at that. So it is not perfect yet, of course, but this is the animatic. This is the high-res. The high-res version is rendering as we speak. It's got to frame 250 already, so there's quite a lot to go. In 1920 by 1080, this is just a low-res version, but everything is in there that we've worked so hard on over the last 3 days, including the two people that are now walking up and down. Very exciting. She's got the flashy lights on the thing. And when we come to the logo, this is now what I did in post-production, because I couldn't hack that camera thing in there. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I showed you the wrong version. Ha! Let me show you the right version. In the post, I did this zooming in and make backdoor appear in full screen. That was this one. Great. Let's watch it on repeat a few times. Oh, right. Yes, I get that. I get that, Steampunk Belladonna. One of those things. There we go. It is cool, isn't it, Rod? I think it's going to be super awesome. And it's funny that we don't actually notice the background action unless we know it's there. We just know something's going on, and it just makes the scene really come alive. So this is what I've done in post-production now, because I couldn't hack it with the camera. So it just goes and zooms in more onto backdoor 3D, and we just move the light. Let me know how you like it. Let's watch this a couple of times. This is also on my other channel, on the 3D Shenanigans channel. Let me drop a link into the chat there. You can see this animatic there. So 3D Shenanigans has its own channel. This is something I could use as a command on the CloudBot, And then I don't have to type all this out. I'll just give it !3ds, and then that message should appear. So you can see that animatic there, and as soon as the high-res version is ready, then I'll upload it there as well. I may add a second light here, so that this, once it travels, maybe there's another one that just comes in from here, so that the word is more bright. What do you think of that? That might be something that might be useful. I'll render it out like it is for now, and then we can always do a bit of tweaking at the end there Yes, that is it. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Because the light source is currently on the left, and then now I'm basically moving it to the right. But of course, the effect is that the left-hand side is now left dark. We need a second light there. Julie says we need a second light there. Rod needs reheated pizza. I do agree, actually. We do need a second light there. Well, since it says 3D shenanigans on the box, shall we quickly do that before I keep rendering this sequence? I might do. It's fairly easy to do because all I need to do is duplicate the light that we have. Make sure that one doesn't animate. So basically leave that one in place. And then when this moves over there, we can just go and switch that one on again. So I'll just mess with the intensity. That'll be a really easy fix. If you're game, I'm game. Let's do this thing. It says 3D shenanigans on the box. Let's do it. It'll only be 10 minutes, I promise. 7 hours later. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. So bonus content. Thank you for staying. I should have rolled the titles and then come back. I think I did that once. Interesting fact. Usually I render animations like that on 3 computers. And that was the plan on this as well. But it didn't work because the other 2 computers have less capable graphics cards than this one. So on this machine here, I have an RTX 2080, and it's fast, it's good card. The other 2 computers are very capable computers, but one has a GTX 970 and the other one has 2 K4000 cards. So they're a bit dated. And while they can usually render iRay, it'll just, what takes this computer 2 minutes takes them 10 to 12 minutes. And that wouldn't really be a problem, but in this case, I have an issue with the denoiser. So on the GTX 970, I can use the denoiser if I don't use the CPU and the GPU together. That's interesting. So denoiser works with the current release version of DAZ Studio 4.12. If I just use the GPU, and optics. If I don't use optics, it works, but it's slightly slower. But if I use the GPU and the CPU together, usually that just speeds up render times. But in this case, it disables the denoiser. Not in the menu, it just goes and doesn't work anymore, which is bizarre. K4000, the dual K4000 system works, but not at the large image resolution of 1920 by 1080. So I can render an 800 by 360 image with the denoiser just fine, but the moment I get I make the picture larger, the denoiser never kicks in. So sadly, I'm going to have to render this on this computer alone. So let's go to the perspective view. Let's go to the first frame of vision here, frame 0. And let's go to the light. This is the logo light. That's where it is. So the light is literally above the word. It does, doesn't it? I can't wait to get a second one. Oh, I see. I've moved it. And just about here, frame 1000, it goes from left to right. Okay, I got you. So if we just go and duplicate that, duplicate the logo light, I might just call this one logo light travel. Or let's just leave it at logo light. Go and duplicate it. Just a single node is fine. Now we have logo light 2. So logo light 2, we'll call it logo light left. And this one, the first one, is going to be called logo light travel. And this one I will leave intact. This one, on the other hand, has now got the same keyframes and I will just remove the last one. Delete keyframe, perfect. So now we have one that travels and one that stays still. This we don't see, this is just like the interpolated pre-animation here, so I'm not worried about that. But the other thing that I think I need to do here is that I don't really want to see this light, the second light. I want to animate its intensity, and I don't remember if I can do that. Can I animate its intensity? Was that possible? Let's try it. Let's go switch it to 0 and see if that works. There's this one here, but that's just the rotations. Yeah, so there is a script by mCasual that can do that, but we may not need to employ that. Because that would take more time, because I don't remember how that script works. I do remember that it's not quite possible to animate the... No, it is. Intensity gets animated. Ha 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 ha. That is nice. That is nice. That is nice. So I'm just on frame. I just want to make sure that we have. I'll go to the first frame and set the intensity here to 0 as well, so that on my logo light left, it stays at 0. Oh my God! Thank you so much that this works. Thank you so much, DAZ Studio. And from here to there, on the last frame, we're just going to go and start brightening it back up, the last 100 frames. So we just go, this is where this light travels from here to there. At frame 1100, I'll just go and key another keyframe in here so that the intensity is still 0 here at this point. And then at the end of this, I want my intensity to be 100% again. That should do the trick. It's switched off. We won't see its effect up until here. It just goes, moves in position, doesn't matter. Now we're looking at the logo. Now we're seeing this traveling light that just goes and brightens up the left side, the middle. It kind of leaves the left-hand side dark now, but as we now go and move to the right, the left-hand side is now being illuminated with a second light. Just to see what it looks like, let's have a look through the camera and preview this in Iray. I was just, the reason why I was doing this is because I was concerned that when the light is traveling over the backdoor logo, we see literally over the last 200 frames when it just has this light movement there. It looks all great, but when we're on the still image, when we're kind of frozen on the last image, I see door more bright than back. And I'm thinking, since it is his logo, we need to really see that we need to just see that better. It's just that little bit extra that I thought when I saw the animatic, I thought, it could just do with a little bit of extra thing there. And this is now what it would look like. I suppose we can just render this as a full image. Yeah, I see. I think I like this. I like this better. I might tone down the final intensity of the left light, but I would like to see that moved, just evened out a little bit. So if I go and switch the left light off, we're going to do this and we can see this in slightly larger. Let the picture settle down. So if I switch the left light off, this is kind of the before and after now. taking iRace delay into consideration, of course. Oh, come on, that long? Do you know, yes, I'm doing that with the, did you see the animatic, Steve? Because this is not actually the final frame. I had issues with the last camera move. I wanted to move in with the camera, and it just DAZ Studio kind of just just screwed up on that. I did this in post production, so this is ending up much larger. I'll show you the animatic again in a second. But this is the effect I wanted to avoid, that this is now in darkness without that second light. So what I might do is not have it as 100% intensity here, but have it something like maybe 50 or 30%, just to brighten this in, because otherwise we're getting attraction on here, and this is something we're losing out on. So I'm just tweaking that in there a little bit. Don't worry, Steve, we're going to totally watch it now. I'll go and just turn that intensity down. So let's try, oh, come on. Let's try 30. Have tea. We'll be back with DAZ Studio once DAZ Studio is over it. Yes, look, even 30 is fine. What do you think? Is that nice? Or shall we go a bit brighter? I'm thinking even 50. Yeah, let's do 50. Because 100 was a bit too bright for me. It looked a bit washed out. I do want to see some shadows there. Yeah, I like that. This is cool. This is cool. So we still see some shadows. We will still see the light movements here. I'm good with that. I'll go back to texture shader, just see if the intensity slider cranks up properly on that logo light. Yes, look at that. So this is perfect. We go over here, and then we do this, and then that light moves. So the left side is good. Gets darker, gets now evened out with the other light. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome, I say. Just checking if we're still on the right thing here. Yes, I think we are. I'll just go and oversave that. Okay, Steve, let me just show you the animatic that has the post-production effect in there. Here we go. This is currently rendering, so this is I've got 250 frames of this in high res already, and it's all nice. Let me know what you think. And at the end, I'm zooming into that logo and put it more straight. I was trying to do this with the camera yesterday, but I couldn't hack it, so I thought this is easier to apply in Photoshop. In Premiere. Yeah, so this is DAZ Studio, and this is now the post-production effect that I've applied. And there we go, boom. Aha. And that's also the reason why I put that second light there, because I think on the left-hand side, that's just a tad too dark. I'm distracting from it. We need to see the whole thing in its full glory. That's the idea. And 50 it shall be. 50 it shall be. And the great thing is I don't have to re-render the front part because the logo isn't envisioned at that point. Subtle background action, I love it. It's almost, it's good when you don't notice it, but you do notice it subconsciously, so it's all good. There we go. I think it's some nice music as well. We'll watch it one more time and then we'll say goodbye. And then I'll have my computer render more stuff. What are all your plans for tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow? I'm going to go work in my day job. Julia's going to go work in her day job. Tonight we're going to watch more Counterpart on Amazon Prime. I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. It's sometimes you think, hey, there's just so much work that we're putting into animations, but if it looks the part at the end of the day, it's all worth the effort. And it's those little things that you then notice later on that you think, I wish I had done it when I had the time. And it's good to do this. And aside from the rendering, this only took us 3 episodes, so 3 afternoons to get this right, plus this tweak here. So we're getting better at that. Next week, we're going to do another one on Monday, namely with the Carrara, my logo underwater with the Carrara caustics. I'm going to go set that up. It'll be nice to work with Carrara again. There's also more nice features in Blender 2.82 that have been released. There's a little 50-second features trailer that is available. I haven't got it to hand, but it looks really, really nice. So there's some kind of soft body physics that you can use to animate objects and make them squishy, fall down. So I'm gonna play with that. Perhaps not next week, but if I have the mental capacity. My friends, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.